So we've seen a lot of violence over the last several weeks. We obviously really kicked off in a really sad way with Charlie Kirk, and then it escalated with a lot of violence in other situations. And a lot of people have been saying, hey, it's time to tone down the rhetoric, tone it down. And some people have taken the mantle of going to colleges and continuing the idea of having these conversations that obviously Charlie Kirk can no longer do. We saw Steven Crowder do his Change My Mind segment. He brought that back with $250,000 of security to do that, which is just insane. Did you see the security that he had for that?
I did not. I saw someone posted a picture of him like putting on a bulletproof vest. And once again, everyone's just like, oh, that's crazy that conservatives have to hire security and put on so much protection gear in order to speak, and the left doesn't really have to do that. And it's like, yeah, that's crazy. When are we going to do something about it? What are we going to do here?
Right. So he came back. He had bulletproof glass on each side of him, flanking him on all sides. He had a ton of security all the way around him. He's wearing a bulletproof vest just to go to a college campus and have the conversations. Some would say, is it too much? I don't know. Ultimately, what is your safety cost, right? But in addition to Crowder, there's been a guy named Cam Higbee who has also gone out and started having these conversations in the traditional Charlie Kirk format of setting up a table, going out with a microphone, and trying to have these conversations. It has been interesting to watch. As have you followed this Cam Higbee guy at all?
I have never even heard the name.
Yeah,
Cam
I haven't
Higbee
heard of him
once in my life.
Okay, so Cam Higbee. Let me kind of give you an update on his Twitter profile. He is a personality for Today is America, news and commentary, field reporting, undercover journalism. Okay, this is this is the guy who got chased off of the Tennessee State campus not too long ago, where he was having a conversation, and then he ended up getting escorted off. It just kind of slowly built up to the point to where they were like booted off the campus. And they were just totally, all these people showed up. Did you see this, Kirsha? No? Well, he went out and he got booted off just for like having these conversations. And he was out last night at another university, or actually out having these conversations publicly, when more people are starting to get a little bit more aggressive about this. And we saw all this last night, where a lady got up in his face, and they're sitting there with their MAGA hats on. They got their microphone out and their speaker system here, and they just want to have a conversation here. And this is what happened.
Good fucking night. Go home. Go home, Charlie.
What was MLK?
We don't use physical violence. Stop.
Go. Hey. Stupid bitch.
Falls into a bush.
I like how the stupid bitch happened at like the same time she fell into the bush.
Right. And so she gets maced in the face right here because she gets up and this is another perspective of it here.
Here's the light.
Stop.
Some stupid bitch.
Right up in there, right up in the face.
I'm so exhausted of like seeing all this stuff, and I know like we have to see it to continue to understand exactly where we are, because if we don't, some people might get complacent and feel like we're winning, and I feel like we're on track to be doing so. But like this is the behavior of someone who has been emboldened by every system around them. They've been told by every institution that they are a victim and that white men are specifically the problem. Conservatives are Nazis, and that's just like a buzzword to be using here to mark someone as acceptable to commit violence against. Because if Nazi no longer means, like somebody who advocates for the policies of Nazism, and it's just someone who is either conservative or I disagree with, and then after that step, it's acceptable to have any violence happen to someone who is designated a Nazi, this is just where we're going to be. Like you can't fight back against this if the person who is committing the violence against you is protected in every aspect. They can do this because they know there won't be any repercussions. Even if they get arrested, even if the cops actually do their job and arrest them, they'll just be let go by the corrupt DAs. If they manage to get a DA that's not corrupt, once they're in front of a judge, the judge will just let them go. We've seen people with like 25 priors, 70 priors, 100 priors I saw like last night or this morning. The entire system is stacked 100% against anyone that is not these violent, insane, histrionic people. And what can we do if every institution everywhere is either protecting or working for the interests of these people? We need more from the actual representatives who don't want this stuff to be happening. I am flabbergasted, and I don't exactly know what to say.
Real quick. I would just say, like, if we have something as stupid as hate crimes, I would like to make an amendment to the rule that anyone that interferes violently with free speech should get like 20, 30 years immediate. Just put them in jail for a very long time.
Well, yeah. This lady got justice through macing right in her face. Here's the aftermath of it here as well.
It's not even going to be justice. Like, yeah, she got maced, right, but she feels emboldened by that. She's going to be like, yeah, of course they maced me because they're evil and they're racist and they just want to kill me. And that's not true. These people were there to talk. And she feels justified in violence, probably escalating up to killing them. And especially now that they attacked her, she feels like, I was defending myself, they attacked me unprovoked, and everything in her little bubble is going to reinforce that mindset. The further we go, the more divested from reality these people become, and the more impossible it becomes to speak to them entirely.
Well, and you're going to see that here in the next couple clips. Here's what happened immediately afterwards.
Yeah, that's right. Walk it off. Right, run away.
Where's Bully McGuire when you need him? Gonna cry.
Right. So so here's the thing though, is that the cops did show up, and it says after attacking me, quote unquote, Taylor decided to fight with and resist the police as well. She then made threats against us and ultimately was arrested. There was at least 10 park service vehicles over here.
That's a lot.
There's a little bit of copyrighted music here. Yeah, it sends a lot for sure. But you can kind of see what's going on. Let's give a quick 20 seconds.
And you're violent. You're evil and you're violent. You're not Christian. You're not Christian.
Once again, they're emboldened by, like, they feel like everything they're doing is in defense because they are the perpetual victim, and everything reinforces that they are the victim, they are the freedom fighter, everyone they're fighting against is evil, and the violence that those people receive is justified. It's an insane just like fracturing from reality, and I don't know how to fix someone who's been propagandized to this degree, and it's frustrating.
Jail 30 years fixes it very quickly.
I was like, I would normally just be happy that she was arrested, but I can't be because she's probably just going to be let go, have no repercussions for this.
Freedom of speech is our most sacred right. And so if you're getting it, because your society can collapse when you reward violence against speech and if you make people afraid to speak. So to me, that should be the most protected thing that we have. It should be treated as though you murdered someone. You got in the way of that, because if you have that breakdown, if people don't feel like they can talk, that's when you get ugly things like revolutions and war and stuff like that. So to me, that's, if you can prove it, 30, 40, whatever the hell it is, life, I don't care, throw them in there. Certainly you can picket, you can rally, you can boycott, but to cause violence is ridiculous.
While that would be a decent idea, when you're fighting communists and Marxists and these kind of like socialist people, they're going to use your principles against you because you try to operate in reality within the framework of the law. You don't want to go against your principles. You don't want to lie to people. You don't want to do things that would be unjust or authoritarian. And so you put these rules into place to try and play by the rules, to try and make laws that make everyone get along. And the Marxists will do everything they can to exploit that. So the more protections you give for freedom of speech, they'll just be like, well, my freedom of speech is protected as well, and you can't get rid of the things that I'm saying, despite the fact that it does nothing but damage you, your family, your culture, your nation. And so it's this weird catch-22 that you're in, where like you want to have all of these protections for free speech, but protections mean that the communists are protected as well. And how do you get rid of people that will use your principles against you up to killing you when you can't do anything back other than play by the rules of the law? Like they're going to just keep exploiting it. They're going to keep trying to subvert your nation until they eventually get what they want, which is the total cultural takeover. So what are you supposed to do against people who don't play by your rules and always expect you to play by them?
Right. Right. Well, what's interesting, you talk about like the propagandized, how they've been told, how bad everything is, that they're the victim, but it doesn't stop with just the college student who's been victimized the entire time. Look at this other interaction that he had literally the exact same day with this old guy over here.
What is a fascist?
He said, "You're all fascist," as he walked by, and to which Higbee is going to respond here.
Want to know what it is? Yeah. Can you define it? Can you tell me what a fascist is?
Hold on.
Okay. Yeah. Why do you have to look it up? You're calling us fascists. You should be able to, know what it means when you say it.
They think that their country is the only country, the greatest country in the world. Second,
I think my country is the greatest country in the world. It doesn't make me a fascist. I don't want a dictatorship.
Shut the fuck up.
I don't want a dictatorship.
Supremacy of the military.
Yep. The military should be supreme.
Rampant sexism.
Nope. No
you
rampant
go over there and read
sexism.
that thing that
Trump's
says,
chief of staff is a woman.
You know what it says up there? Have you been over there to see what it says about Kirk? You know what
No.
it says? It says women stay at home, get pregnant.
Really? Because
Yeah.
Charlie Kirk's wife is running his
Here we
company,
go.
and Trump's chief of staff is a woman.
Controlled mass media. It's exactly
Yep. There
what
is
they're trying to
opposition
do.
media in this country. MSNBC, CNN, The Hill,
Obsession with
etc.
national security.
Yep. The country should be secure.
Religion and government intertwined.
Yeah. The religion is not intertwined with the government in this country. We have separation of church and
Corporate
state.
power protected. Labor power suppressed.
Not
Disdain
true.
for
Trump has given
intellectual
bigger
and
tax
arts.
cuts to the working class than
Did you
anybody
hear
else.
What happened to NPR? Disdain for intellectual for.
Yeah, we
the
shouldn't
arts.
have state-funded media in this country. That's actually what fascists do.
Obsession with.
So you can kind of see what's going on here. The guy calls out something, has literally no idea what he's talking about. Has to go to Google.
Guy like the Bernie Sanders, like
He's like
discount?
AliExpress Bernie Sanders.
Yeah, like what the
Yeah.
what is this, dude?
But
He
he's like,
looks just like
again,
him.
it's exactly what I was saying, right?
Right.
Like he calls this guy Higgins, I think you said his name was, right?
Higbee.
Higbee. He's calling Higbee a fascist, not because he knows what a fascist is or because Higbee is actually a fascist. Fascist is a word you can use against someone that it is acceptable to commit violence against. You don't need to know what a fascist is, and he looked up the definition and used every definition of fascist to fit his worldview instead of the other way around. Because this is someone who has been completely demoralized, completely propagandized. He cannot think rationally, and he cannot understand facts even when they're shown to him. So this is a useful idiot. This is someone who is very, very useful to the regime, who's trying to push Marxism and communism, because you can't have a conversation with these people. And like, yeah, we get fun sound bites and we get to understand how crazy everything is. But when you have millions of this guy running around using language as a way to mark people for violence instead of actually understanding the words that he's saying, and again, this is by design. Like, our politicians have encouraged this. Like, some of them have even called people Nazis themselves, and it's like, it's getting tiresome, and I don't know how to fix things without glowing.
Well, just because I already pulled him up, I wanted to show you some more insanity here, because, and I know that it gives you a tired head, Kirsha, and it's tough to see examples
it's not
like
you,
this.
and it's like, this is the stuff I watch on my own stream, and I'm probably gonna watch more of it on Friday, right? It's so frustrating. It's so frustrating that nothing's getting done. And like Sam Hyde said, that we have 2 weeks from the point of Charlie Kirk's murder to actually do something. And it's been more than 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Nothing has really happened. And so that's where my frustration comes from. Like, we literally saw somebody who just wanted to have conversations get killed in cold blood for his political affiliations, and nothing has happened. Nothing is being done. Nobody's trying to remove any of the cultural rot in any of our institutions.
Well, that's true. I will add, though, that we did the Antifa, making Antifa into a terrorist. I mean, that's a step.
That is a step. Okay, I'll give you that one. That is a fair step. And
But I'm with you. I'm with you, though.
I would like to see more deployment of the federal troops to get rid of even more Antifa agents. But again, if you're arresting them, that's great. I love to see Antifa people being pushed to the ground and arrested by federal agents. Right? I love it. But what's going to happen to them from that point, right? Like, how many people in Antifa and Black Lives Matter got arrested during the Black Lives Matter riots in the Summer of Love? Celebrities and politicians raised funds for their bail. They got released. How many actually faced repercussions versus how many people were at January 6th with like 270-something federal agents and had their entire lives ruined?
Well, I think all it is extremely valid. It's worth having a conversation. And speaking of like Antifa, this was very interesting to see as we saw Antifa dump red paint on an ICE facility in Portland last night. And then guess what? The guy got caught. And all these guys, this is the classic.
LARPing.
What's the quote from Mike Tyson? Well, what's the classic Mike Tyson quote about like everybody's a tough guy till they get punched in the face?
Yes.
Right. That's what you're seeing right here. This is a good example of this. This is the guy who dumped the red paint on the ICE facility last night, and he got arrested.
I fucking told you, bro.
Why is he painted like that?
Well, I think he had paint on him from the red paint. But look at how, when he actually got detained, look at how he fucking acts and quivers like a fucking leaf shaken in the wind. It's just like, this is who these people truly are. Literally shaking.
He's the meme.
Yes. Like,
Wait, can you go back? Can you go back like 5 seconds?
Yeah.
What's he saying? I need him to speak.
What?
You turned off the volume.
Oh, you want to hear what he's saying?
Yeah.
Okay. Here.
Something about I'm just depressed. Is that what he just said?
I can't tell if he's like,
I
I'm
don't know.
just
I heard
depressed or
suppressed.
I'm the press.
Oh. Okay, I thought he was like, I'm just depressed.
I heard. But
What
the
I
thing
will
is, like, when
real, real fast, there's a
Go
chance.
ahead.
I believe that this is really what they are when they're not LARPing, but there's a chance that he's been trained to do this to show that he looks weak and scared so that when media catches that, these are the people that we're arresting. So it's basic propaganda.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
4D chess.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I was like, maybe I'm doomer pilling a bit too much here because, like, yeah, you're right. You know, people are finally
know
getting
these
arrested.
people.
Antifa is finally designated as a terrorist organization. We've finally had pushback on like the cancel culture crazies where they're losing their job over celebrating like Charlie Kirk murder. Like, there's stuff happening, and so like maybe I'm doomering a bit too much, but it's like I want things to move faster. Like we saw Kangmin Lee, he lost his job for like the stuff he was posting on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
And like he hasn't posted anything to my knowledge that's like anywhere near calling for violence against people. So why did he lose his job? Simply because he had like conservative opinions, which is absurd.
So I'm glad you brought that up. We're going to get to his story here in just a second as well. But I did want to close out this with just a couple more little tabs. As we saw this as well, as Turning Point USA is still going out to colleges. This took place up in the University of Washington, Bothell, where you got these people who are so emboldened over here that they, we'll see what this lady or this incredibly not totally mentally there person does.
Fuck?
Soda all over me. Like this person right here. I'm so sorry about that. Totally would not have like that. But it does kind of remind me of the blood sweating out of his neck.
So the passive aggressive, oops, I accidentally spilled all over your Turning Point USA setup over here. Totally mentally well person adjusted right here.
But it's like they say that stuff because they know if they're like, oh, I'm sorry, you know, I didn't mean it. As soon as you like say that this person's crazy and they're doing something wrong and they should get arrested, everyone can be like, they apologize, they didn't mean to. Like, again, it's another subversion and it's exhausting.
Yeah, 1,000%. You're 100% right. 1,000%. But this is exactly what you see. This, oh, I didn't mean to do it. Oh, you know, and I feel like we should, it's funny. James Klug. Are you familiar with James Klug on YouTube, Kirsha?
No.
Okay, so James does this thing. He's known him for a little bit. Actually did an interview for him over on Plus about a year and a half ago, and. He goes out and he is primarily based in California, and he goes out and he talks to people about current events, and he's extremely calm. he's willing to have open conversations. He doesn't shout people down or anything like that. But what happens is these people go out and they start making a ton of noise, and they're banging their pots around him, and they're making their noisemakers and his woo, 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 and they're trying to ruin his video because he is a right-wing troll, despite just going out and literally having conversations, right? And I was like, dude, you should go out, because what they do is they'll try to put their flags in front of the cameras and stuff to where you can't see. And I was like, you should just go out and even if you don't smoke, bring a cigarette with you, and just bring your lighter with you. And whenever they put their flags in front of you, just whoops, sorry.
I was just trying to light my cigarette. I got a nicotine addiction.
Right. I would love to see a little bit of counterbalance in that perspective. You know, maybe just if you want to play the passive aggressive game, then whoops, I was just lighting up my cigarette over here, and your flag got in the way. It's not my fault; it's your fault. You know.
Like, speaking of passive aggressive, did you hear the end of that crazy person's rant as well in the video?
Oh yes, the whole idea of it reminded me of Charlie Kirk's blood. Yeah, like how fucking disgusting.
Like if you call her out for that because of the way she phrased it, she's gonna be like, oh well, I wasn't celebrating, I wasn't condoning it, I was just the liquid reminded me of it. That's okay. It's again using our principles against us, because on paper, yeah, what she said is protected by free speech. But we know that this person or someone around her is going to be escalating to violence, because that's what their entire ideology is.
Mm-hmm.
Can't arrest for thought crimes.
Well, we also have this is a nice way to put a pin on this segment. The Charlie Kirk Memorial Highway has officially opened in Florida. Yes, and has there ever been a highway that's changed its name so quick? I don't know if that's like this is the government actually being a little bit of a little efficient here. Yes, little efficient. So, and I'm sure that people will be protesting, and I'm sure this sign will have all sorts of paint and shit on it because people are fucking psycho by the time they're said and done. So,
I'm sure.
There you go. Hey, YouTube suggested that you should watch this video too, so you should probably do it.